Alright people, some of you might have been confused about this last episode about art and everything because you in general are confused about art. So, here's a little explanation on the previous episode's happenings. Picture number 1. So, what the corona looks like. Yeah, well, Sigmund claimed in the previous episode that under the microscope it might look like this, the virus itself. Well, of course this is not true, but under the microscope of life, you know, we look like this. Because what is this picture in general? It's a happy partying creature with some trendy haircut and just drinking and eating the lime and farting all over. And this is pretty much a critique on today's society, which led to this critical situation in history that we're experiencing right now. So the coronavirus is not just something that came out from thin air or anything. It's a byproduct of our reckless lifestyle. And this, ladies and gentlemen, this picture, simple as it is, it represents everything in it. The endless parting, the YOLO kind of philosophy, you know, live fast, die young from a bit earlier ages, and the tentacles. They also show that this kind of lifestyle and tendency has some sort of infectiousness into it, like it just keeps touching everything that's sacred and believed to be holy until there's nothing left. So think about it, and if you want to buy the picture, it's gonna cost you 150 Norwegian koronas or kroner, 15 euros, 15 US dollars, and I think 30,000 Hungarian for it if you prefer that currency. So think about it and contact me if you want to buy it. Now the next drawing is way more intricate and way more difficult to explain, but I'm gonna try anyways. So the title of this picture is Munch's Scream amplified by the screams of the corona paranoid people. Now, why is that? So as you can see, here is a person who's coughing, and that's what it looks like, the virus itself. When you're infected, this is how you behave. You have a painful posture, and as you can see, this guy is suffering like hell. And there is a person next to him. But what does this person do? He's both terrified and amazed by the situation. So instead of running away, he tries to benefit from this situation by shaving this person's head with his mobile phone. Now, why would he do that? Like, wouldn't we all actually? Okay, maybe not all of us, but like, let's face it, we live in a world when we see something horrible happening, and instead of helping, we just stick out our mobile phones and then move it as close as we can. Like, pretty much what I'm doing right now. But anyways, this is a critique on that. And but the other hand is still moved away in disgust. And as you can see, this guy is a student. He wants to live the good life. He had books all over in his backpack, but he's like, fuck it, now I'm just gonna film this suffering guy because it's cool. And yeah, let's move a bit further. Let's actually explain why the title is what it is. So, even though it's not immediately obvious, this picture is a reference to Edvard Munch's famous Scream. Now, how does that reference it? Very simple. There is this character screaming in the corner. He screams because the horror that he experiences here in this chaotic situation, first, it's not very easy to understand what's going on, but the impression it makes That's easy to interpret. It's chaos, it's madness, and this guy just can't take it anymore. So the original painting is interpreted in several ways, but this one is somewhat easier to understand because this person has everything written on his face, and in the background you can see everything. The reason why this guy is so terrified and sad, maybe a bit of sadness can be observed in the right eye. Now we move on to the other characters on this picture. A business person pointing at the young guy filming the sick person. Now what does that tell us? Is this business for him? Or is it something that destroys business? Well, he might not just know yet. Because what seems to be very harmful first may be beneficial in the long run for his business. Maybe this is a marketing person. Maybe, judging by the sunglasses, it could be me a few years later. So we can never know. But the point is that he recognized the situation. He's pointing at it. He knows that something is going on, and there might be something even more to this situation than meets the eye. And of course, the terrified stockbrokers. They just panic at the first sight of any harmful situation. And this is somehow very important in our society. Stock market. The stocks go up and down, and we don't really understand, most of us don't really understand what's going on, and neither does this guy. He only understands that he might lose some money if this situation escalates here. So he is just shouting out in terror and tries to run away. But will he run away? Can he run away from reality? No. In the background, we can see already some tension in society. This guy is definitely an Eastern European. He's already raising his fist in anger. And this is very much what's happening in Europe these days. The Eastern Europeans are already getting pretty pissed, or they were pretty pissed to begin with. And this virus situation does not help relieve these tensions either. So it's just a general expression of anger that's escalated by the viral outbreak. I should have a drink, I talk too much. Yeah, and last but not least, the dog, ladies and gentlemen. This dog is conscious of its master's suffering as well, and looks at his master with an expression of pity and concern. But at the same time, it might not just be concerned about his master, but it might be concerned about the virus that's about to hit him too. Because this might just be a piece of hair, or it might be some bodily fluid. But either way, this thing can be contagious, and if it hits the dog, which it definitely will, then the dog will get infected too. Now, dogs have one serious problem. They don't have newspapers, or maybe that's not such a serious problem, but the problem is that they can't really inform each other about the sickness. So this way, if this dog gets the virus, most dogs in the neighborhood will get it. Yes, further analysis on this picture is possible, however not recommended. But if you want to enjoy this drawing in your house, then you can easily do it by paying 500 Norwegian kroner, norska kroner, coronas, or 50 euros or dollars or pounds, or 100,000 Hungarian forints. These are the currencies we accept here. And well, I hope you somehow you appreciate art a bit more right now, and I hope it made some sense what you just heard. Please enjoy these paintings. If you don't buy them, they're not painting their drawings, but if you don't buy them, I'm just gonna upload some crappy pictures taken by my phone of these two drawings, so that you might enjoy them in another form perhaps. Alright, thank you very much for listening and watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my spaghetti that I'm making, or to my YouTube channel that you're enjoying right now. And see you around next week, because we're returning on a weekly basis right now. That's the plan, at least. See you! Wow, 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 wow.